Now, the fragile ceasefire between Iran and the United States is facing its toughest test. A high-stakes dispute over uranium enrichment. Iran insists that it has a right to enrich. But the White House says that Trump's red line against Iran's nuclear enrichment stands despite the ceasefire. Iran had earlier published a 10-point plan that suggested that the United States will recognize the Iranian right to enrich uranium. But the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt has rejected the claim, saying that the claim put forth by Iran as the basis for ceasefire differs from the framework that is acceptable to the United States. Listen in.
The president's red lines, namely the end of Iranian enrichment in Iran, have not changed. And the idea that President Trump would ever accept an Iranian wish list as a deal is completely absurd. The president will only make a deal that serves in the best interests of the United States of America, and he as a negotiating team will focus on this effort over the next 2 weeks.
Trump has insisted and has said that Iran will cease enrichment and has proposed a solution to retrieve its 460-kilogram stockpile of highly enriched uranium. He posted on Truth Social platform that there will be no enrichment of uranium and the United States will work with Iran to dig up and remove all of the deeply buried nuclear dust. Trump was apparently referring to the aftermath of last year's bombings that he carried out using bunker-buster bombs on Iran's nuclear facilities. However, Tehran says that the right to enrich uranium is non-negotiable. The Iranian Parliament Speaker Ghalibaf has said that the 6th clause of Iran's 10-point proposal recognizes Iran's right to enrichment. Ghalibaf further added that this amounts to a violation of truce. Now, the American President J.D. Vance replied to Ghalibaf's statement, drawing an analogy between his claim and his wife's desire for skydiving.
The second thing Ghalibaf said, which again I found fascinating, is he said, "We refuse to give up the right to enrichment." And I thought to myself, you know what? My wife has the right to skydive. But she doesn't jump out of an airplane because she and I have an agreement that she's not going to do that because I don't want my wife jumping out of an airplane. We don't really concern ourselves with what they claim they have the right to do. We concern ourselves with what they actually do. And I think the president's been very clear on the enrichment question.
And under earlier agreements, Iran had limited uranium enrichment to 3.67%, a level suitable for civilian energy, but far below the weapons-grade uranium. However, according to the United Nations nuclear watchdog chief Rafael Grossi, Iran has got nearly 460 kilograms of 60% enriched uranium. And he had earlier said that most of it was stored in a tunnel complex at Isfahan and is apparently probably still there.